Welcome to my latest Horus Heresy battle report. It's Iron Hands versus White Scars, but who is the traitor and who is the loyalist in this war of lies? At the start of the heresy, there were many occasions where loyalists fought loyalists, and throughout the heresy, many occasions where the traitors fought each other. But we're back to the start. The Iron Hands want answers. The White Scars want some answers. And there is this listening tower, this astropathic relay on this abandoned world in a nothing system. And both of the White Scars and the Iron Hands want to take this battle grid. In this war of lies, this is a kill mission. You get a point for every unit that you kill. Then at the end of the mission, there are 5 objectives down on the battle grid. And each of them could be worth 0 points, 1 point, or 3 points in this 6-turn game. No one knows which of these objectives is the critical objective. No one knows who is loyal today. And so we've got lists that represent this. Neither of us have praetors either. And my Iron Hands list, well, I don't even have a right of war. This is a 3,000 point battle report. The battle mat is by urbanmats.com. Some bunkers here from marchofwar.co.uk. And we welcome to the channel Dutch Matrix. Say hi, Dutch Matrix.
Hi, Dutch Matrix.
Who can't appear on camera because he's an international man of mystery and must remain anonymous. But he's brought along with him a glorious 3,000 point biker White Scars list. Let's take a look. And this is 3,000 points of a glorious White Scars, a biker list with the Cheroggan Brotherhood Right of War. Yes, I got it right. Basically, you can bring loads of bikes of troops. White Scars get 2 dice to see who goes first.
Yeah.
2 dice for seizing the initiative.
Yeah.
Loads of bikes. I mean, these and these and these and these gain line.
Yeah.
And you've also got Born in the Saddle Right of War, which is 2 reactions in the movement phase, and also basically dangerous terrain is a thing for bikes.
Yeah, it certainly is.
On a roll of a 1, it's horrible. But with Born in the Saddle, and look at them, they're definitely Born in the Saddle, you get a 4-up invulnerable save to any dangerous terrain tests that you might make.
Yeah, that's right.
So you haven't brought a Praetor along either.
No.
But these are your HQs. And you brought along a Delegatus?
I brought along Delegatus on Spatha combat bike.
Yes.
We've got a Stormseer on combat bike,
yes,
and a Herald on jet bike.
Yes, and to bring a Right of War, you need, I think it's Pride of the Legion, you need a Praetor, or a Delegatus unlocks that thing.
Yep.
So that unlocks. I like the fact that neither of us got a Praetor. We're both confused and kerfuffled about what's going on.
Yeah,
and there's no leadership thing. So the Herald gives something line.
Gives it line that it gets Fearless and gains Fear 1.
Yes. He unlocks the thing, and the Stormseer's got a lovely psychic power, which
Storm's Fury.
Right, okay.
Which does 2 things.
Yes.
It does Call of the Wind, which gives him Fleet 4 on a psychic check, or Fleet 2 normally.
Yeah.
And it has Unseen Bolt, which is a barrage lightning bolt to fry you with.
Yeah, and if you don't do the psychic check, you just get Fleet 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get Fleet 4, and it affects everything within 6, I think.
Yeah, everything within 6.
And Fleet 4 is +4 to run, or +4 to charge, which is crazy, because White Scars have +1 to move as well, which means their bikes are going a very long way. I really like the White Scars advanced reaction as well, very special. If one unit gets within 12 inches of some White Scars, then every unit within 12 inches can make a full move. It's not an advance or withdraw, it's a full move. So bikes are going like 17 inches in your case.
Yeah.
Across the other side of the battle grid. What else have we got today? What are we looking at?
So let's start with the Elite's choices.
Yes.
I've got the fastest, baddest bikes in the galaxy, which
yes,
are my golden Keshik here, which have some of the best power lances in the game. They're incredibly fast. They are probably the best glass cannons in the game. We'll see them later. You can see.
And there's 2 units of them.
2 units of those.
Why are they glass cannons though? Why do you say glass cannons?
Because they don't get invulnerable saves.
Right.
They hit like a truck.
Yes.
They are incredible.
I think those lances have a special rule which gives you, is it reach 4?
Reach 4, brutal 3.
Right.
So if on the charge, they are absolutely deadly.
So reach 4 is +4 to the initiative. So that's an initiative 8 slam.
Yeah.
But they've also got a special rule on the charge. They can only make 1 attack each.
Yeah.
But that 1 attack is strength 10, AP 1, brutal 3.
With lance.
With lance. Initiative 8.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy good in that respect.
Okay, what else we got?
To move on to troops, we've got 2 units of outriders.
Yes.
One with twin bolters, one with twin plasma guns.
Yes.
No other upgrades.
Okay.
2 units of jet bikes, 1 scimitar, 1 bullpup. The bullpups have heavy bolters,
okay,
and the scimitars have Volkites.
Okay.
And then moving on to fast attack, we've got 3 javelins,
yes,
with las cannons and multi-melters.
Yes.
3 Proteus with grav guns.
Yes.
And 3 Kazagan White Scar speeders, which are very good light anti-tank and harassing units.
Auto cannons, assault cannons, things like that. Yeah. Any upgrades on the sergeants anywhere?
The only upgrades that we've got on these 2 units is Vexilias.
Vexillas on the Sagan. What are they called again?
The Golden Keshik.
Keshik, the Golden Keshik and Vexillas. But other than that, it is a very shooty list, which is White Scars. White Scars should be dancing around you, shooting the crap out of you, bike lists, and then zipping in and mopping up the kill later on. Yeah. Or selling these guys to try and take out some vehicles with their strength 10, AP1, craziness. They can one-shot Spartans with ease. This is one hell of a footprint.
It's a massive army, yeah.
And it's incredibly quick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'll be able to catch it. Let's have a look at the Iron Hands. And the reason why I think I might not be able to catch it is because Iron Hands with the Warlord Trike Silver Iron Will means I don't have any movement phase reactions. But it does give me the opportunity to have 2 reactions in either the shooting phase or the assault phase. And so I leaned really heavily into the narrative as well. No Praetor, no Rite of War. My Warlord is the Herald. You brought a Herald on a bike. I brought a Herald on foot. And leaning into it very heavily. We've also got a Primaris, Medicae, and Apothecary, and Apothecary, and Apothecary. The idea is this is a chonky foot-based list of Iron Hands. I mean, there's no point in trying to speed it up to catch the White Scars. I'm not going to be able to do the White Scars. But what I can do is add some resilience and just try and take the hit. Iron Hands, -1 strength when you shoot at them, which for infantry and dreadnoughts. And the vehicles back here get it will not die 6 up. So they could potentially regain a hull point on a roll of a 6. But and the other thing you can do is you can put cyber familiars on HQs and things. So I have given both my Primaris Medicae and the Herald cyber familiars. They're in Cataphracti armor, so they both have 3 up invulnerable saves, and they're both going to be joining a big unit, an expensive unit of Cataphracti Terminators. They've all got Volkite. I think there's Hammer on the Sarge, 3 fists, 3 chain fists, 3 power mauls because very Iron Hands. They will go in there. I've got 4 units of Tactical Marines, 40 Tactical Marines. 1 is going to go inside a Rhino. The other 3 are going to be chonking around on foot. And because I've got 3 on foot, I've got 3 Primaris Medicaes to join them. And in this squad of Tacticals, 2 of them have got Power Mauls, 2 of them have got Fists, no Vexillas. And there's a Tactical Support Squad with Plasma as well, which are going to be jumping inside that Land Raider there. I've put Artificer armor on all the guys on foot, not necessarily because their armor is beautiful and perfect and well made, but because they're Iron Hands, they're more machine than man. There's a really good book in the Heresy, I think it is, I forget which book it is, but some dude gets stabbed through the chest by like a world eater. It's like, I've killed you because you stabbed him through his heart. And the Iron Hand dude is like, that's not where I keep my hearts. It rips his head off. It's lovely. So 40 tacticals running around with some apothecaries to keep them safe. Those guys jumping inside the Land Raider. We've got 2 dreadnoughts. Both of them have got las cannons, melters in the fist. And then, the heavy slot. So Land Raider in the heavy slot. 2 Vindicators in the heavy slot with Dozer Blades, naturally. They've got the Magnum melter things. They're twin link, strength 9. They're quite juicy. And then 2 Derrideos in the backfield, just trying to suppress, trying to shoot as much as possible. The ALOS missile system on top, which is strength 6 AP3 pinning, isn't going to do any pinning today because the entire White Scars list is cavalry. It's on bikes, and bikes cannot be pinned. So that won't be kicking in. But yeah, no movement-based reactions. Lots of resilience with -1 strength when you're shooting at them. Lots of apothecaries. It should feel very Iron Handsy versus a very fast White Scarsy other list things. I'm really looking forward to this one. Let's get on to deployment. I should mention, did I mention that you roll 2 dice to seize? Yep. 2 dice to go first? Yeah, so we're going to deployment. Unlikely I'm going first. Oh, and one more thing, all of my gorgeous bases, resin bases, and all of Dutch Matrix bases are all from marchofwar.co.uk. Thank you, James. So here is my army, minus a rhino with some tactical squad in, quite heavily turtled up with the support squad with plasma in there. And the reason why I've quite heavily turtled up is because the White Scars are really, really quick. And look at them. It's a huge footprint when you just bring bikes and speeders and bikes. And it was quite a struggle for Dutch to stick all of these things down on the battle grid, particularly when he's not outflanking anywhere, when he's not deep striking anywhere, and he's not holding anything in reserve. Every single White Scars dude is on the table. And of course, they're going first, unless I manage to steal the initiative. I feel like the dust cloud that these guys were kicking up was seen about a mile away. They're not Raven Guard. They're not sneaky about it. They're laughing warriors zipping on to this battle grid in this War of Lies. So the Iron Hands are like, what's going on here? And we had to turtle up in a nice, controlled Iron Hands, disciplined kind of fire support kind of way. That makes sense to me. The Volkite is here. Both of the units of the Golden Kesheg, no, they're not Golden Kesheg. What are they called? They're Golden Kesheg, I got it right, are over here. Those are the ones with the Initiative 8. Spend 10 AP1 Lances, a weapon skill. They're on this side. And because they're on this side, that's why my army is on that side. Because and that's why we're turtling up and trying to protect some of our armor. So it's not just destroyed utterly in turn 1. Now, do I want to steal the initiative in this thing? It doesn't feel very narrative to me. And in War of Lies, having the opportunity to jump on an objective at the end of the game could be quite powerful, but it's heresy. And the Iron Hands believe that the White Scars are traitors. So we will try and steal the initiative. And we do. It's Iron Hands turn 1. So clearly the Iron Hands got here some moment before the White Scars managed to speed onto this battle grid. We saw them coming, we dug in, and we managed to seize the initiative. The Outriders, however, are scouted forward on this flank, quite a way up the table, and I've split my army in 2 for now, with lots of shots being able to ricochet up this way from the Magna laser destroyers, from the 2 Vindicators, and the Contemptor, and the Deredeo. And there's a crap ton of Volkite here. That is 50 Volkite shots, which I'd rather like to do something about. And then moving this unit forward with an Apothecary in means they have a 4-up feel no pain on that objective with Heart of the Legion. The second half of my army has gone this way. There was a potential, if I strung out the Terminators, for a 9 or 10 inch charge around this way, but instead I decided to stay back, because if I luckily made that charge into this plasma unit of Outriders over here, then just behind the hill are the Golden Keshek with their strength 10, AP1, brutal 3 things. So making a first turn charge, not necessarily a bad thing. They also move, would be a bad thing, sorry. They also move 15. So if I charge there, definite counter charge. So we're strung around this way. They've got Volkite charges, so it's 2 shots. And unlike Sky Hunter bikes, which have 2 wounds each, Outriders just have 1 wound each. Space Marine on bikes with 1 wound sounds funny, but they do move a very long way. So the idea is to hit some of them with that, and then the big guns from the Land Raider, from the Dreadnoughts, firing up the table. I think I'm going to be mainly shooting bikes this turn, and leave the Land Speeders for a turn or 2, probably. I know there's a gap here, But because Dutch put everything on the table, nothing's in reserve, nothing is going to get there in turn 1. It's turn 2 that I'm deeply worried about, because White's castle moves so quick. There's going to be a mass redeployment in turn 1, and then he'll be able to hit me wherever he wants to hit me. But maybe I can make some of these White's castle bleed, and maybe a failed leadership test. Maybe some of them will run away. Neither of us has got a praetor holding this force down. Both of us think that we're loyalists in this war of lies. We're going to open up the shooting phase with the Vindicators over here with their Magna laser destroyer shooting at the Volkite squad. Now, one of the problems with bringing so many bikes with so much anti-grav is anti-grav can never take cover, never have the benefit of cover. They're zipping around all over the place. So if I hit and wound, they're dead. So you are shrouding this unit here to give them some kind of save. And these guns hit on 3s and everything hit, even without twin linked. Strength 9, AP 1, 2s to wound. I rolled 2 1s. 4 fire-up saves or dead bikes. 4 dead bikes. That's a good start. That was a very good start. Now we've got a dreadnought here with 2 las cannons. Can only see these 2 bikers here. And you've shrouded, so you can't shroud this. 2s to hit, 2s to kill them, and 2 get cut down. And there's only 4 left, and there's the Deredeo here, which can clip the ones on the edge. Now the thing is, you can only remove models in line of sight and range unless you fire a blast. So they're going to have to fire a blast, which gets hot, and if I roll a 1, it won't shoot. I don't roll a 1. Chucking the blast template here, it will hit 3 of them. If it hits, it hits. Strength 8, wounds on 2s, and 4's breach, so they don't breach. So those are 2 full armor saves, and you fail 1 and at 8 damage, that will nuke another bike. 8 damage? Strength 8. Strength 8 will nuke another bike. Then the ALOS missile launcher hits on 2s, and this is strength 6 AP 3, and that will put a wound on another one. And then the twin heavy bolter hits all the times. This will need 3s to wound. That's really cocked. And that's 2 more full armor saves on that injured bike. Yeah, and he's fine. And that's the shooting from this flank, cutting that bike squad from 10 down to 3, which cuts the number of shots from 50 down to 15. That's a bit more manageable. So we come all the way over here, where I purposely didn't move this unit of tactical marines, because with Fury of the Legion, they can all fire twice. And they're all but 1 in range of these outriders. And a hit on 3s, and only 3 of them hit. And a wound on 4s, and only 1 of them wounds. Full armor save against a bolt gun.
It's fine.
It's fine. So we're on to the Terminators with the Volkite charges. They can see a chunk of them, but only 7 of them are in range. 3s to hit with the Volkite. 3s to wound with the Volkite. Only 3 wounds. 3 full armor saves. You lose 3 of them, and Deflagrate kicks in because they're Volkite, and I do 2 more wounds, 2 more saves. Yeah, just 3 in total. Okay, we'll get back to them. They're a problem with all their twin link plasma. We'll get back to them. We're down to the castle. The Deredeo wants to overcook and try and insta-kill some of these heavy bolter bikes back there. So again, don't want to roll a 1. I don't roll a 1. Now, I have to put it on his head, because it's the only, these are the only 2 that I can see. Can I hit though? I can hit. Hits the speeder and wounds the speeder with a breaching shot. Yeah. And then the Sky Hunters. Well, that will nuke 1, and there's 2 full armor saves. Just 1. Then the ILOS hits all the times. It's strength 6, AP 3 with a 3-up save. That will nuke 1.5 more. And then the heavy bolter, which is twin linked, wounds on 3s. That's cocked, and that doesn't wound anymore. Right, then I got down and had a look, and the Land Raider and the Dreadnought, can't see any more in that squad there, but I have put a wound on one of those javelins. They have 3 wounds remaining. Those ones there, yeah? They're Kazagans. Yeah. Okay, so maybe if I shoot some more guns into them, because with their Reaper autocannons and their assault cannons, they do chuck out a lot of anti-infantry firepower. So the Dreadnought will try and tickle 1 of them, and 1 hit. Take another wound off on a 2. That's another wound. So one's down to 2 wounds remaining. And then the Land Raider. I'll fire 1 gun. I'm not sure have I done enough to force a morale test here? I have done enough to force a morale test here. So the Land Raider could fire all of its guns up the table. Yeah, I feel like I need to fire all the guns up the table into the Gazagans. Here's the 4 non-twin linked Gravis las cannons. Here's the twin linked one in the nose. And we have 4 hits, which are wound on 2s, no cover. And I kill that injured one and put another one down to 2 wounds. And that's the end of the shooting phase. That's the end of the turn for the Iron Hands. And because they dug in deep and seized the initiative, they managed to wipe out 500 points worth of bikes. But I'm still very, very scared. However, there are some leadership tests the White Scars need to make. Has this unit of Volkite bikers had enough? Leadership 8, or are they gone? They hold. Interestingly, the Kazagans also needed to take they're fine, and then the Outriders with all the plasma, they're fine as well. The White Scars hold, and they can launch their counter assault in White Scars, turn 1. Here we are after the White Scars movement phase, and oh my Emperor, they move a long way. There's been a shift around to the left, apart from the Stormseer down here, because when he casts Call of the Wind, he needs to stay still and concentrate, not allowed to move. And then everything around him can go Fleet 4 if they want to. And the 2 units of Golden Kashig are zipped around here. They both went flat out. They'll both have a natural 5 up for Shrouding save because they both went that quickly. And I'm honestly not mad about it yet, because it does leave them a bit far away from the things that they really want to hit. The Outriders are over here. The Warlord, the Delegatus, is in that squad there. And this squad is just the Plasma squad who have zipped around here. Here are the 2 Kazagans with their Reaper autocannons and assault cannons. This is the Heavy Bolter unit. And then down over here, we have the Proteuses with Grav. Lots of Grav shots that can ripple in. Here's the 3 Volkite guns. Here's the Las Cannon and Multi-Melter normal javelins, all with choice targets right in the middle of my lines. So not much shooting from the left flank yet, but there will be a barrage coming in here as we go into the shooting phase. But we're going to start around here because we've got an Outrider squad. 3 of the Twin Link Bolters can see down here, and the Delegatus is at the front. He's got a Nemesis Bolter. Bikes are relentless. They can move really far and shoot. Anyway, here's the Twin Link Bolters. 3s to hit, which are Twin Linked, so you get that re-roll. Strength 4, Toughness 4, but Iron Hands.
So 5 to wound.
Yes. And 1 wound. I have a 3-up save to that. And I've got an Apothecary in that squad, which helps me. And then the Nemesis Bolter has a 1 shot. This will hit on a 2. Got Firing Protocols 2, so you can fire both of them. Strength 5, which will wound on a 4, because Iron Hand things. And it wounds and it rends. I'll put it on one of the guys getting a little bit of cover from the hill, so a 6, and then a 5, and that's cocked, and I'm okay. So after 1 unit of Outriders fired, the second unit of Outriders are firing in with their twin-linked plasma. They're coming into the Terminators just on their flank. This is going to be hitting on 3s. And it's twin-linked with the reroll. Strength 7, but counts as 6. Still winning on 2s. Looking for the 4s, though, which breach. So, 2 full armor saves. And then 3 Terminator saves. And then there's a Primus Medicae in there. And 1 takes a wound. Now in the backfield, the Stormseer is casting the unseen bolt. It's lightning straight from the clear blue sky. Trying to hit the Vindicators, the Dreadnought. It's going to hit some of the Tactical Marines as well. And it can fire in directly. And that scatter's 12 inches a long way. Maximum scatter there. Completely missing. After that spell was cast from the Stormspear, we're onto the Kazagan Speeders now. And both of them can see the Tactical Squad next to the Land Raider. And here's the Kerry's Assault Cannons. These are hitting on 3s. Would wound on 2s, but 3s. Because Iron Hand things. 6s rend, and there isn't a 6. There's one 6. I got 6 normal armor saves and a 6-up cover save, which I make, and a 5-up feel no pain, which I don't make. And they have 2 Reaper auto cannons each, which is 8 shots. And these hit on 3s.
They're twin linked.
And they're twin linked, yes. And they're strength 7, so they're going to wound on 2s. And again, a rending on 6. Anti-infantry fire coming into the infantry. And I have 3 armor saves, which I make. And 3, top blast don't count, 3 rending ones, which I don't make, but I do get feel no pain for Apothecary. And he helps, and I pass every single save. He's doing work. Dutch Matrix.
Yeah.
I've just lost a dude. Just a dude. It's Iron Hands doing Iron Hands things. You got a chunk of heavy bolters and the Proteuses and this mess down here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be able to do some work. So the heavy bolter team, 36 shots, is going to rain onto this unit of Tactical Marines with Heart of the Legion on an objective. This is going to be interesting. 3s to hit. Heavy bolters wound Iron Hands on 4s though. So I have 8 3-up saves to make. That wasn't good. But Heart of the Legion with an Apothecary on an objective are 4-up saves again.
Yeah.
And you nuke 3 of them. That will be enough for a morale test. So after this unit of Tactical Marines got lit up by those Sky Hunters, the other unit of Sky Hunters with the Volkite are going to try and light up this unit of Tactical Marines, trying to pressure morale tests wherever possible. 15 shots from just 3 bites. Volkite is scary. Wounds Iron Hands on 3s though. Just 3 bites close, 10 wounds. This is why I shot at them. 3-up saves. Oh no. Apothecary. 5-up saves. 2. Just 2. And you killed 1 earlier, so it will force a morale test on both of them. And then we've got the Flagrate kicking in. And that's 2 more wounds. 2 more failed saves. 2 more feel no pains. 3 die. Now the Proteuses are going to unload. They're in range. And they can see the Contemptor Dreadnought dropping 6 grav discs there. I think I'm going to return fire because I haven't done any reactions yet. You've still got the speeders, and I can do 2 reactions in the shooting phase. So let's do the first one. And 3-inch scatter will probably still hit the Dread. We'll do the other 5 off camera. So in the end, only 4 hits came through. Looking for 2s, haywire. 3 of them wound. On 6s, you don't get a save whatsoever. On a 2 to 5, it's invulnerable saves only for the Dreadnought. Grav is good against Dreadnoughts. It takes 2 wounds. Then it will return fire. It hits both of the times. It'll wound on 2s with no save and take 1 wound off a Proteus. Javelins have 4 wounds each. Proteus start off on 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
The Graviton weapons distort reality, and we've put a lot of templates down here. That area is pulsing, is shaking, and will count as difficult, dangerous until the end of the next game turn. Then firing through the Grav distortion field are the 3 Land Raider javelins with Melter, with Laz, coming into the Land Raider. I'm going to shroud this. We're going to evade this. Maybe the Graviton pulse will keep me safe. Here's the Laz cannon shots, and only 3 of them hit. Strength 9. Use 5s to glance. You got Sunder, so you can re-roll. You can re-roll 6 as well if you want.
Right.
1 glance, 1 pen. Here's the cover on the glance, because there's intervening cover on the pen. New. And then evade on the glance, and evade on the pen. A glancing hit gets through. And then there is 3 multi-melter shots, which hit on 3s. And they all hit. And these are going to need 6s to glance at this range. Not in armor bane range. And there's a glance. And this is a 6-up. And I make it. The Land Raider only takes a wound. A hull point. And with that shot, the guns of the White Scars fall silent as they speed around the slow, ponderous Iron Hands. I've got some leadership tests to make here with this unit. And they hold. And the other unit that got lit up next to the Land Raider, they're running. And I don't have a Vexilla. And they flee off the battle grid. And here we are at the very start of turn 2 for the Iron Hands. I've only moved a unit. The unit of Tactical Marines ran off the table, and the Rhino with the spare unit of Tactical Marines. Spare? They're not spare. They're reserves. They're brothers. They're battle brothers. They're not on. They're not on. And I only moved 1 unit. Didn't take a wound to difficult, dangerous terrain with the Dreadnought. I moved him forward this way. And Dutch, he's doing the once per battle white scars, everything within 12, which are these 3 units here, can now move their full distance. So this is the before shot. And here's the after shot. Suddenly they are gone. And zipping back over there with the Javelins, zipping back over there with the Proteuses, zipping back over there with the Sky Hunters, trying to minimize as much firepower as possible from the Iron Hands, because let's face it, there's 2 tanks and 2 dreadnoughts on this flank, and that is a lot of firepower, which have suddenly managed to negate. But I'm not that mad about it, because at least that strat is now done. It's done. Yes, the White Scars have got 2 reactions in the movement phase as well, so they can react to another bit of posturing from the Iron Hands. Let's continue with my movement phase. Right, here we are after my full move. The Deredeo climbing up onto this rock pile. You can see 1 bike, but with a blast, if I don't miss, I might be able to take them all out. And the Vindicators are in line of sight and range to hit the other unit of bikes. I'm not really shooting at the targets that I want to shoot at, but I have to hit what I can see. One of the Proteuses back there is on 1 wound as well, and that grav was nasty. So the Dreadnought can see a Proteus, and also this sponson, the las cannon, we'll be able to see one of the Proteuses as well. And then we moved forward. I'm not sure I want the Terminators this far up the battle grid, but I kept just beyond 12, so the White Scars couldn't react and run away. And I got 6 Volkite guns in range, which can rain into the plasma bikes down there. And then some backup with the Land Raider. Basically staying back still, trying to use my range still, trying to keep away from the Golden Kashig still. Yes, the Javelins over here aren't going to get hit. It's like playing with the wind. This is exactly, I'm trying to hurt them as much as I can, trying to keep them back. It worked for 1 turn. Let's see if it can work in another turn. Let's start off with the Deredeo, trying to shoot this unit down here. Does the blast template get hot? It doesn't get hot. So let's try and drop this on their heads. Rolling the hit. It's going to scatter a bit. And hits 1. And breaches and kills that one. Which means the heavy bolter won't be able to kill anymore, because I can't see any more. But the Ilos has indirect fire and wins on 3s. And kills another one at AP3 and puts 1 down to 1 wound remaining. Moving down the line, the Magna laser destroyers from the Vindicators, firing in at the heavy bolter bikes. And Dutch is shrouding this one because I'm hitting on 3s with twin linked. And then killing on 2s, but you're shrouded. So at least you get a shroud save to those 4 hits there. I'll still take 4 out. Maybe the Iron Hands can force some leadership tests as well. We're going on to the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought with its 2-shot las cannon wants to plink off that last wound of a Proteus over there, so you don't come back and hit me with some grav. I've got 1 hit. 2 will kill it. That's a dead Proteus. It was on 1 wound remaining. It was Dreadnought number 1. Now we're on to Dreadnought number 2. It's just going to hit the bikes with the las. Both of them hit. And both of them wound, killing 2 more. So we're down over here. I've got a Land Raider, I've got some Terminators and a Deredeo. I'll shoot the Terminators first, I think, with all the Volkite into the Outriders. Not all of them are in range. And the Volkite charges, hitting on 3s, and that is an incredible amount of firepower there. Only dropping 1 of them. 3s to wound, 4 3-up saves, and I take 2 of them down as well. So this is going remarkably well. We've got the Land Raider. I've got 3 shots with las cannons, which can hit 2 of the Golden Kashig. I can see 2 of them. The other 2 shots will go into the bolter bikers here. It's the only thing that sponson can see. And it hits once, and it'll kill 1 of the bolter bikers. And then the 2 non-twin linked shots into the Golden Kashig. 1 of them misses. Here's the twin linked. It hits. Both of these will kill on 2s.
Shrouded because of running.
Or they shrouded. That's 1 comes through. Yeah, they ran. So 1 5-up save. I do take 1 down. finally, last thing left to shoot will be the Deredale. I'm going to do straight shots because I don't want it overcooking, and also the Outriders with all this plasma, which want to nuke my Terminators. They have 1 wound each. So straight shots might be able to do it. I missed twice. Wounding on, okay. So that'll kill 1. Those are full armor saves because they breach on a 4-up. And only take 1 down. Then the Ilos came in and the Heavy Bolter came in as well and caused no further wounds on the Outriders. And that is the end of my shooting phase. I can't charge with the Terminators. I'm too far away. All turtled up around this end of the battle grid. In fact, no charging whatsoever. Just an overwhelming display of firepower by the Loyalist Iron Hands into the traitor White Scars. You're the traitor, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Leadership test on this Javelin on 1 wound left. Javelin? Oh, he's gone off the table. That one, yes. Maybe not. No, not gone. Still an inch to go. The other Bolter bike. That one holds. And then the Outriders over in the corner take a couple of wounds. And they hold as well. So only, oh yeah, got the Proteuses. I took out 1 down Proteus. Be lovely if they ran. No. They don't ran. The Iron, not the Iron Hands, the White Scars are proving inimicable. Is that the word for it?
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, just this bike, turning and fleeing for now. Maybe he'll regroup, but when they regroup, they basically snap fire. So the Volkite is out of action for a bit. Still got the Laz and the multi-melter squads here. Still got all the auto cannons and the assault cannons there. Still got the Golden Kashig swinging around the outside, trying to flank the Iron Hands. As we go on to White Scars, turn 2. So in the movement phase, the bike didn't regroup, classic, it's gone. And the rest have swung around this flank to try and hit the Iron Hands from the side. Here's the Bolter bike back here. The Stormseer is staying still, he doesn't want to catch up with anyone. No, he's happy back there, firing his barrage in. Here's the Javelins with their Melters and their Lance, and the Proteus is here. It looks like they're lining up that Contemptor Dreadnought. I mean, let's face it, my footprint is just there for now. So trying to push stuff back. And then we have guns. Lots of guns looking at the Terminators while the Golden Kashig and the Warlord with another unit of Outriders come swimming around this side of the battle grid. But we're going to start off the shooting phase with 4 blast templates from the Proteuses going into my Dreadnought. And I'm not sure, am I returning fire? I am returning fire. Let's do the discs again. Let's see where they land. That's only Scat 2. That's going to hit 1. We have 3 direct hits and 2 Haywire wounds come through, and the Dreadnought loses 2 more wounds. It's on 2 remaining. Return fire. 1 of them hits. Tickles a wound off the Proteus. Now the Dreadnought's down to 2 wounds remaining, but you're choosing not to shoot it with Javelins. Yeah? Okay. Instead you're going to fire at the Land Raider. Yeah. And the multi-melter's not in range, so it's just 6 las cannons. And of course the Land Raider will try and evade this shot. And only 3 of them hit. Looking to 5s to glance, 6s to pen. With Sunder, so a full reroll on all of them. And we have 1 penetrating hit. There's cover in the way, firing over a bunker, new. And then the evade, new. 1 penetrating hit goes through. A 6 will blow it up. That's not a 6, that's a shaken result. And because Land Raiders are reinforced, basically ignores it. After Land Raider got shot, the Outriders over here with the plasma fired in at the Terminators, killed 1 of them. And the Kazagan speeders are also targeting the Terminators. Assault cannons. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. 6s rend. 3 Terminator saves. 1 4-up invulnerable save with a Primus Medicae. I'm okay. And then there'll be 8 auto cannon shots. And Primus Medicae is doing work.
Rerolls.
They're all twin linked. And they all wound on 2s. And 6s rend for Reaper autocannons, and that is bad rolling. Your rolling today is a bit sucky. Terminator saves, I'm fine. Nothing from the Kazagan. We're coming around here to these Outriders. The 3 at the back can't shoot at these tactical marines over here. They're not in range. All the rest certainly can shoot at the tactical marines over here, trying to make them break, trying to get them to fall off the battle grid. They're hitting on 3s and they're twin linked. After the reroll, everything hit. 5s to wound because Iron Hand things. That's just 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves, and an apothecary, and you nuke one. Then the Nemesis Bolter misses. Now the Stormseer wants to call down some lightning here. Need to pass a psychic check though. And that passes. And then it's firing indirectly, unfortunately, so full scatter unless there's a hit, and there's a hit. So you hit twice with Shock Pulse. And because it's barrage, both of these have been hit by a shock pulse thing, so both of them are only snap firing next turn, but it's strength 8 versus side armor, and doesn't wound, side armor 13, and it also hits 2 of the marines here, and one of them is wound. It's AP 4 though, so do get a save, and I make the save, but at least you've shock pulsed the Vindicators and shut them down from shooting next turn. And that's it for the shooting phase for the White Scars. There's no charges coming in. And talking about bad rolling, Tzeentch is definitely not on the White Scar side. Maybe they're the Loyalists all along. Because at the end of that shooting attack, they've killed a Terminator, shot pulse some Vindicators, and took a Dreadnought down to 2 wounds remaining. Just basically one model.
Yeah.
Iron Hands turn 3. Do my reserves come on? They don't come on. I like to think that my reserve Rhino is pinned somewhere off the battle grid by another unit of White Scars and is trying to fight its way here. Won't come on until turn 4. Anyway, so in the movement phase, move the Deredeo around to try and get some shots into this last lone biker down here, and I can't see him. But maybe next turn, if the White Scars stop running away from me. And then the 2 tanks, which are snap firing, they went cruising speed because their guns are ordnance. If you move over combat speed, they're not shooting at all. And I know it puts both of those tanks rather close to the Javelins with their multi-melters. But if the Javelins want to come forward with their multi-melters, there's a Dreadnought there and a Dreadnought there. And Javelins are absolutely terrifying. One of the best units in the game with las cannons and multi-melters on. But they do have some kryptonite. They do have an Achilles heel. And that's close combat. And no one wants to be charged by Dreadnoughts except other Dreadnoughts, so they could come forward maybe, and then 2 units of tactical marines here because there is an objective there. It is a 6-turn game and there is another objective there, and it looks like we're fighting lengthways with the Iron Hands trying to lock down this side, the White Scars trying to zip round the other side. My Warlords unit with the banner flying high and all the Volkite and the Primaris Medicae is just pushing forward. And that unit of that Javelins, Kazagans, the Kazagans went backwards there. You also went backwards with the Proteuses over there because there was a charge range with the Dreadnought. Yeah. So just pushing forward, pushing them back. And then round on this flank, I've got some shots with the Land Raider that can hit the Golden Kashig, which went flat out again. So they've got a 5-up shrouding. But if I can take a couple of them out, that'd be nice. And the unit inside the Land Raider, with all of their plasma, are lining up all of their shots into this Outrider squad, and that's the Warlord of the enemy right there. White Scars are evading, they're shrouding this, you are in rapid fire range. The thing is, I've got to do this with 20 dice because they get hot, and that gets hot, and then a 3-up save, and we're good. I've got to do that 16 more times. Right, here's all the hits. I lost 1 dude with the gets hot. We're winning on 2s, but 4's breach. Here's the armor saves.
1 goes.
And then a shroud on that as well. He's okay. And then your evasion, jinking right, jinking left, and that takes out 4. That was good.
Yep.
Leaves 6 remaining in that Outrider squad with the Warlord, and my tactical support squad are definitely not charging them. Because you've got the nasty glaive in his hand on your Warlord, initiative 5, high weapon skill. Also, if you charge me, I might be able to overwatch you. So that's okay. It will force a leadership test. I've got a Hunted Killer on the Land Raider, which is going to try and pop 1 more away because you've evaded with them already. But I've lined up all the other lance cannons to take down the Golden Kashig. First, here's the HK, and it hits. Drop dice don't count, and that kills an Outrider. Here's the twin link las. Here's the other las on the Land Raider, which are not twin linked. 2's to wound the Golden Kashig. I wound 4 of the Golden Kashig. There are 4 shrouding saves. And only 2 of them get taken down. Next up, firing the Deredeo into this Outrider squad here. There was 4 of them, there's 2 left. I nuked 2, rolling really badly there, scattering all over the place. Terminators, no. Dreadnoughts. We'll get onto the Dreadnoughts, because one of the Proteus is on 2 wounds after returning fire. So this one will try and get rid of the Grav. And it hits both of the times. We'll kill it on 2s. That's one of the Proteus is dead. And then Dreadnought number 2 will keep pouring it on to the Proteuses. And hits once. And doesn't even wound. Then the last thing left to fire were the Terminator squad into the Kazagans over here. They're toughness 7. Tougher than the average Javelin. And Volkite strength 5 and no wounds came through. And that is the end of my shooting phase. And because you reacted back with them, I can't charge them anymore. And we're not charging over here. So that's the end of my shots again. 0 charging again. But there is leadership tests. Your leadership 10 with your Warlord. No, leadership 9 is the Delegatus. And he holds. And then the other Outrider squad are leadership 8. And they hold. And then the 2 of the Golden Crusade, they're leadership 9 actually. And they hold as well. At least the White Scars, except for that one occasion, are passing their leadership tests. As we go into White Scars turn 3. And here we are after the White Scars movement phase, and they finally launched their assault. We've got both units of the Golden Kashik. There's a unit of 4 with the Herald here, and a unit of 5 over here, because one of them died earlier on. And there's all the bolter guys with the Warlord down there of the White Scars, the Delegatus. And they are danger close to the Deredeo, to my support tacticals team with all the plasma and the Land Raider. 1, 4, 3 hull points remaining. I forgot to do my will not die. Yeah, it's still on 3 hull points remaining. Here is the unit of bikes. 2 Outriders around here with plasma, just chilling. There's an objective there and an objective there, which they want to get to later. And that objective moved. It must have been stuck under a base. It was in that pile there. So that's where the objective needs to be. It happens all the time. Your dude, he moved round.
Yep.
So he's not calling in his shock pulsing lightning bolt of heaven.
That's a shooting attack.
Oh yeah, if he moves to do the fleet thing, he can't move. The shooting attack though, he can move. So he can just still call down a lightning bolt if he wants to. The speeders, the Golden Kashig dudes. No, Kazagan speeders, they're here. They can fire over that rock pile and try and rend off the last wound on that 2 wound dreadnought. And the javelins and the last of the Grav Proteuses. It looks like they're lining up against the Vindicators. There's also another lone bike down here as well. So there'll be some firepower coming right into the front castle of the Iron Hands for now. Trying to crack open their lines. Considering the casualties that the White Scars have taken so far, they need this assault to be devastating. So let's go on to the shooting phase. Now the Golden Kashik, they have scatterbolt launcher things. So they're firing them in, and these are strength 5, AP4, pinning, shredding, flamer shots. This is going to sting, so I'm definitely returning fire. 1 minute. You redirected firepower into the Land Raider. This is a good idea, because Land Raider can't return fire. And when you put the template down all over the place, you can hit 20 of the dudes in front. So it stops the return fire. And if you kill enough dudes in front, because you targeted the Land Raider, you can then charge the Land Raider. Because if you shoot the guys and kill the guys, you can't charge. You have to charge what you can kill. Makes perfect sense.
And the Herald is using his bird.
The Herald is using his bird. Yeah, what does the bird do?
It gives them extra +1 to their movement when they're doing their charge.
Okay. +1 to their move when they do the charge. Well, they move. I think that's an auto in anyway, because they're so quick. Wounding Iron Hands on 4s, but with shred. So with the reroll. Re-rolling. I need to make 17 3-up saves. There's no apothecary in that squad either. 5 get nuked. Are they pinned? They're not pinned. So there's 4 remaining. What are we doing next?
The bolters from the bikes.
Yes.
And the Nemesis bolter from the wall into
these guys.
Yeah.
So you are shooting charging these guys.
Yeah. With
So
with the bikes.
with the bikes, 4 guys left. Do they want to return fire? I mean, there are only 1 wound bikers, and we are plasma, so we will return fire with only 4 plasma remaining. You are in rapid fire range as well now.
The bikes.
Yes, 3s to hit with twin linked, and then the Delegatus will be hitting on 2s with his twin link shot, with the twin linked 5s. Yeah, 5s because of iron hand things.
3.
3 saves. You're hitting the. I'm gonna tank 1 on my dude with Artificer. And you kill 2. Nemesis Bolter as well, which misses. Return fire, hits. Well, that's a miss. See if we get hot. That gets hot. Doesn't kill another dude. These are wounding on 2s, 4s breach. So your keep tanking on your Delegatus.
Next.
Okay, so he takes a wound. So there's 2 that are dead. Your Delegatus takes a wound, and you got an armor save as well. One armor save, which is good. So only 2 of them get taken out. At the end of all of that, this is what it looks like. I've got 2 left in the tactical support squad. There's 3 left with the Delegatus. We did some more shredding firepower into the Deredeo with the 2nd unit. I want to charge the Deredeo, but he has a 2-up save, winning on 6s. No wounds caused. So that's what we've done for this mess. There's going to be a lot of charges in a minute. It's going to be extremely painful. But talking about painful, well, the Golden Kashigno, the Kazagan speeders, threading the needle between the hills into this dreadnought down here. I'm not going to shroud this or return fire or anything like that because there's a lot of shots that want to light up my Vindicators. Also, my Warlord trait allows me 2 reactions in either the shooting phase or the charge phase. I might want it in the charge phase, to be honest. Anyway, firing in with what first?
I'm going to fire the assault cannons.
Assault cannons. 12 shots. They're hitting on 3s. And the thing about your assault cannons is, because of iron hands, you need 6s to wound, but they'll all rend if you wound. And that's no wounds.
We put auto cannon shots.
We put auto cannons. At least they're twin linked. And the strength 7 is reduced to strength 6. So 5s wound, 6s rend. And there's rend and wound. Well, it's only got 2 wounds left. The rend is a 5-up. And the non-rend is a 2-up. And the dreadnought is gone. And it detonates. 3 inches and doesn't hit anything nearby. So we're going on to javelins. The multi-melters are in range but not armor bane. Coming into Vindicators. Over here, I think I only really want the Overwatch with the Deredeo, I think. So I will shroud these shots. I'd like to keep my Vindicators alive. Here's the multi-melters. They all hit. 5's glance, 6's pen. There's a glance. There's intervening models. You're right in front of your Proteus. And I make the save. And then we've got 6 las cannon shots coming in. And 4 of them hit. And it's armor 13 you need to breach. So you need 4s. With Sunder. Interestingly, you can re-roll that glance as well if you want to try and get a pen. Or if you're happy leaving it as a glance, it's up to you.
I think I'll leave it as a glance.
Leave it as a glance, okay. So 2 glancing hits on 6s. And then a shroud. 1 of the glance gets through. And then a 6 on the pen. And a shroud. And I shroud it. I only take 1 glancing hit. Now we have the Proteus also firing at the same target. Try and clip the Dreadnought, the uninjured Dreadnought as well. And that's a hit. Ballistical 4, that's a hit. Drop dice definitely don't count. And that's scattering that way. 2 hits on the Vindicator. 2 glancing hits, no cover. And then 1 hit on the Dread. And that's a wound on the Dread and it gets a 5 against that. And it takes a wound. Finally, the Stormseer is casting a spell. And that passes. Lightning comes, smashes down on the same spot. If it can hit. That was scatter 3 inches. You were putting it on that corner of the dude. Checking the scatter. It does hit the Dread. And it does hit the tank. Let's hurt the Dread. Strength 8. Becomes strength... Yeah, that'll wound. I do get a full 2-up. I'm good. It hits the tank. Strength 8. And it doesn't hurt the tank, but it does shock pulse it. And that tank will therefore be snap firing. Shock pulse, or lightning bolts from heaven, Also, definitely shock pulse dreadnoughts as well. So both of these units, well, not the back Vindicator, but both of these guys, they'll be snap firing next turn as lightning crackles over their hull. And that is the end of the White Scars shooting phase. That tactical support squad, they're going to need to take a leadership test, and they hold. And then all of this lot are charging Land Raiders, tactical support squad, the Derrideo, however, is definitely going to overwatch into the Golden Kashig, and I'm going to do my once per battle Iron Hands shoot back twice thing. Here's the Plasma Carronade with straight shots, and they all get hot, and there's a get hot, and take a wound, brilliant. But this could sting because it breaches on a 4. That stings. Then I fired all the rest of the guns in, and much dice rolling later, it looks like this. There is one Golden Kashig, which has managed to make it into the Derrideo. We have the other 4 with the dude, the Herald with the banner, that have made it into the Land Raider, and the Outrider squad have engaged the Tactical Support squad. We're going to start with the Delegatus, who's got 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s with his glaive, and his glaive will also wound on 3s at 83. Those White Scars glaives breach on a 5, and that Tactical Support squad have been wiped out. Right, let's go on to Singular Golden Kesheg against Dreadnought over here. Your weapon skill 5, interestingly enough, Derrideos for some reason are also weapon skill 5. It's 1 attack with it.
He's a champion.
Oh, 2 attacks, yeah.
Yeah, 2 attacks.
Yes, so one of them hits.
1 hits. Strength 10.
Wounds on the 2.
Wounds.
Brutal 3. The 3 wounds come through. 3 5 up invulnerable saves. My Derrideo goes down to 2 wounds remaining. Right, then over here, the 5 lance attacks against the Land Raider. They only get 1 attack each on the charge because that's the rule for them, except for the champion. You don't get the bonus attack for charging, essentially. So 5 attacks, hitting a vehicle on 2s, and that's 4 hits. And they have lance, a strength 10, AP 1. So 2 to lance, 4 spend, 3 spend. And that's 3 penetrating hits. It's definitely a dead Land Raider. Does it blow up? Oh yeah, it goes boom. And after consolidating, it looks like this. Not consolidating from assaults with vehicles, because you don't pile in, or consolidate with vehicles. You're never locked with a vehicle in Heresy, in fact. But you can consolidate with the Delegata, so you have, and a water turn from the White Scars. Killing a Dreadnought, shock pulsing a tank and another Dreadnought, and locking down this Derrideo here. The Tactical Support Squad wiped out. The tank wiped out. Apart from this unit of Terminator, it was looking bleak for the White Scars, but apart from this unit of Terminators just down here, and the Rhino that's about to roll in from reserves, the rest of my army is here. There's a downside to staying back, being cautious and shooting. It's my footprint is not that big. There are some units around here who might be in harm's way now. And that Proteus is uninjured on 3 wound. All of a sudden, it's a very, very close battle. It's been a very brutal battle. As we go on to Iron Hands, turn 4. Here we are after the Iron Hands movement phase, and the flesh is weak. Vehicles are also weak when they get charged by Golden Kasheg. So we need to do something about that. So over here, my HQ unit with a banner flapping in the breeze, which was making its way over here to those objectives where the White Scars were. Well, White Scars aren't there anymore. So I came back this way. Because there's the Warlord, there's the Delegatus, there's only 3 remaining Outriders there, which reacted and moved as far away as they could. And then I need to do something about the Golden Kashig. So I move the tanks back round this way, because if the White Scars react away from them, then I'll probably charge them with my Terminators, get rid of Golden Kashig. So you didn't react.
Yep.
You stayed firm there, which means shoot at them with all the shots from the Vindicators. But one of them is snap firing and you'll probably shroud the shots. So maybe I'll kill a couple, maybe, and then they'll charge the Vindicators, dead Vindicators. The plan here is to try and get rid of them, to try and get rid of the Outriders, If I get rid of them, I'll be very happy. They're deep within my deployment zone. And of course, the Rhino rolled on here. And then a rapid firing 20 bolters into 2 remaining Outriders here should nuke them as well. And that will clear my lines, except for maybe the Golden Kashig, which leaves these units over here to score or to harass and to zip around and to last until game turn 6. Because the War of Lies is a 6-turn game. I ran with this unit of Tactical Marines. This unit of Tactical Marines staying close to that objective for my bonus Heart of the Legion save with an Apothecary. The Deredeo, which climbed up and over the rock face and down the other side, has now climbed back up onto the rock face so he could get some shots down in to the Outrider squad over here. Basically pour as much firepower as I can this way. Don't know what the Dreadnought is doing on 5 wounds remaining. He's going up the table. Passing dangerous terrain test for now, and the Graviton Pulse lasts until the next game turn, so some are appearing, some are disappearing. This whole area of the battlefield is distorted under that pulsing firepower and rippling with Dark Age technology energy. But we're going to start off with the shooting phase down here, with all of these bolters trying to clear away these last 2 Outriders. Surely this is enough firepower to take down 2 bikes. Mass reactives, wound on 4s, and that one's cocked. 7 3-up saves, yes, the bikes are gone. Okay, let's come down to the other side of the battle grid and fire Ordnance Vindicator shots straight into the Golden Kashig.
Shrouding.
They're definitely shrouding. Here's the snap firing gun, which is at least twin linked, and everything misses. Here's the one that isn't snap firing, and they all hit. Strength 9, AP 1, 3 of them wound, 3 5-up shrouding saves, and they make every single save. Finally, some luck from the White Scars. That's good, because it puts me in an awkward situation, because it's a 7-inch charge with the Terminators, and if I shoot a couple of them, probably pull away this guy, which will make a 9-inch charge. So, and a 7-inch charge, I'm not feeling that lucky. So I feel like the Deredeo has to shoot these, and the Terminators have to charge a Warlord. But I'm not sure the Deredeo can kill every single one of these, but he'll give it a go. So long as his plasma doesn't overheat. And it doesn't overheat. Dropping it there. If I get a hit, that'll be 4 of them. Let's kill 5. Winning on 2s. 4s breach, no save. So that nukes 2 of them, and 2 of them have full 2-up saves against this. Then I shot all the remaining guns from the Deredeo in, but with the Artificer armor of the Golden Kashig. Only 2 of them wounded so far. Then I came around here and had a look at this Dreadnought, which was heading up here to harass the rest of the White Scars force. And I'm not going to shoot the rest of the White Scars force because I got down and had a look, and the las cannon can shoot through at the Golden Kashig. So let's shoot the Golden Kashig with las cannons. And both of them hit. Killing on 2s. Both of them wound, but you've got an invulnerable save on the guy with the banner. So 1 5-up and the banner still flies. There's 1 left with the Herald. I think that's the end of my shooting phase, except for all the Volkite here, which is going to ripple into the Delegatus' squad. And we have 18 Volkite charger shots, which will wound on 3s. That's a lot of wounds. You have to do 3 at a time, because your Warlord's got a 2-up save. So the first 3, 1 of them's dead, so 2 at a time. He's still good. 2 more. Right, 1 more on a 3-up, and another one. And he's dead, and 1 2-up save on your Warlord, and he falls! And that's the end of my shooting phase. The Terminators can't charge anything now because we wiped out that unit, but that is at least slay the Warlord, and I've done all I can to clear my back lines. The Herald can take a leadership test at leadership 10.
Fearless.
No, he doesn't. He's fearless, has fear, he's a Herald. That flag he's waving around is the Legion standard, even though the Praetor's not here. Mind you, I get the feeling that both of our Praetors are dead. That is the end of turn 4 for the Iron Hands. It's been bloody, it's been brutal, and this War of Lies continues with White Scars, turn 4. 1 minute. We didn't do the fight between the Derrideo and the Golden Kasheg dude. Yeah. He's got 2 attacks, but he can't. You can only use the shock lance thingy bib when you charge. Yeah. So he's down to his chainsword
and bolt pistol. Yeah.
So 3 attacks. Oh, he doesn't do anything. Right. I kick you back. I kick you once. Wound on that. And then you have a 2-up save, you're fine. So we did that combat. Yeah, the lance things, the strength 10, AP 1, shock, they only work when you charge. You have got hit and run though. Yeah. So if you don't roll a 5 or 6, you can fall back out of combat now at the end of this fight phase. And you don't roll a 5 or 6, you pass an initiative test. And he can hit and run and get ready to sweep in somewhere else. Right now we go into White Scar's turn 4. 3 dice. Golden Kasheg end up here. After the movement phase and hit and run and things. Those 2 Vindicators are done, I think. I got no reactions in the movement phase, as I mentioned earlier on, so definitely done. Vindicators, probably. You're also looking at Derrideos and Dreadnoughts, trying to get rid of them as well, which means my footprint will be split in half with this tactical squad over here and my Warlords unit of Terminators that haven't been able to catch and punch anything all game, but that's White Scars for you. With a couple of tactical marines hanging around here. As for scoring and denying later in the game turn, well, javelins have Harbinger as the Legion, they never count scoring and denial. But this can score, this lone biker. The Golden Kashig with the banner, they can score. And this librarian over here can at least deny by zipping onto an objective later on. Sorry, I called him a librarian. I meant Stormseer. He has got nothing to do with the warp. He's never touched the warp.
It's all natural.
It's all natural storms and things. So he's staying there ready to jump on an objective and deny one a bit later on. Now we need to go into the shooting phase to see if any of these dreadnoughts get taken out. And you didn't move the Proteus, so you just move the Proteus because you want to hit the Derrideo because it's on 2 wounds remaining. The Derrideo's got lots of shots and this is anti-grav. I'm definitely returning fire. Let's have mutually assured destruction. Ring. And the first one completely misses. And the next shot? That hits. The hit takes a wound unless I make a 5-up. I don't make a 5-up. The Derrideo's on 1 remaining. And let's return fire with straight shots from a plasma carronade, which hits on 2s and hits every single time. 3 4s with breaching will kill it because they have 3 wounds. And I kill it. That makes things interesting because if the Derrideo was dead, then all of these guys could have focused on the Contemptor. Yep. But now you've got a Contemptor on 5 wounds and a Derrideo on 1. Interesting. So the Khazagans then are going to try and tear down the last wound off the Derrideo.
Assault cannons. Hitting on 3s.
Here's the assault cannons.
Oh, that was terrible.
Only 3 hits out of 12 shots. That's nasty. 6s. 6s rend. There's a rend. 5-up and bun.
No!
It's alive. Right. 8 twin link shots with the Reaper auto cannon. These hit on 3s. But you are twin linked and you need it. And then Iron Hands, it's going to be 5s to wound, 6s rend.
5 and 7.
Yeah. No rends, but 4 2-up saves. I roll 1-1. He's gone. He's not gone.
Oh, that was good. I'm going to listen to Winters on this one.
Well, you were thinking about firing javelins at Contemptor on 5 wounds. And it's got 5-up and vulnerable save. Math says not dead.
Not dead, yep.
So you're firing everything at Derrideo.
Yep.
That's what I would do. It's a kill mission. You've got to get a point for everything you killed. And the Derrideos have been doing work this game.
It's time to destroy that Derrideo.
So all the las cannons. And you hit 5 times.
That's the best round of shooting.
You're winning on 3s instead of 2s. I can't make 4 invulnerable saves, can I?
Oh, you can. It's you.
I can't make... See,
it's you.
I know.
Dead.
No, I can't. Dead Derrideo blows up 2 inches, doesn't hit anything nearby. So that's the end of the shooting phase. Derrideo is down, and then both of the Golden Kasheg charge the Squadron of Vindicators. You've got 2 attacks with this guy, and he hits on 2s.
2 attacks with the other guy.
And 2 attacks with the other guy. You can do it all at the same time, yeah. 2s to hit. Now, interestingly, it's strength 10, and all attacks against vehicles are rear armour. So that's 3 penetrating hits. It auto goes through. So what's the result? And that blows up the injured tank. And then that and that immobilizes and a weapon destroys the other tank. So one's gone. This one is basically, yes, it can't shoot anymore.
It's a box.
Let's do some explosion results. Explosions didn't kill anything. And then your Herald's got a hammer.
Yep.
Your Herald's got a hammer. 4 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 2s with a hammer. And he hits all the times. Strength 8, rear armor 10. And that's a dead tank. Does that blow up? On 6s. That one doesn't blow up as well. This one is a smoking wreck. So it's turn 5 for the Iron Hands. 1 turn to go. This tactical squad locking down this objective. This tactical squad trying to lock down this objective. That's 2 of them. And then round the other side of the battle grid, the tactical squad have jumped back inside the Rhino. And they're staying very, very quiet for now. Ready in turn 6 to jump out onto objective number 3. Swarm that there. After completing their kill mission against the last unit of Outriders, my Terminators have also turned back round because there's an objective right in the centre of the battle grid next to this listening tower. We need answers. Who is the loyalist? Who is the traitor? What is happening? This cut-off force of Iron Hands have no idea about the wider heresy. These White Scars definitely look like traitors to us. So they're moving back that way to take that one. So those speeders, the Kazagans, I'm never going to get that name right. They reacted, they went backwards. So that should lock down a chunk of objectives. Then over here, they didn't move anything because the Golden Keshig would just run away from me. Because you got 2 reactions in the movement phase. So they went back. So we're staying still here. The idea, I didn't manage to clear them away last turn.
What? 1 in the movement phase because you killed my Warlord.
Oh yeah, 1 in the movement phase. Killed your Warlord. It's fine. We're going to shoot you anyway. We're going to shoot you anyway. Get rid of them. It leaves some speeders and stuff remaining for the White Scars. So let's shoot them. I've got 2 las cannon shots, which is going to shoot through and hit this one biker. Do you want to shroud that one? Or are you waiting for that one?
I'm going to wait for the other ones.
You're just going to get hit by this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. 2s to hit this lone biker. I hit him once. 2s and he's a dead man.
He's a dead man.
Right. Deradeo shoot the other squad with a banner. Are you shrouding this one?
Yes.
Yes. I think I'll do straight shots because the maximum a blast can hit is 2 and it might overcook anyway. So we'll do straight shots, which makes them strength 7, but more shots. We hit on 2s. We hit 5 times. We wound on 2s, but 4s breach. 3 breaching, 2 full armor saves. 2 top saves on the armor. You're good. And then 3 shrouding saves. Shrouding or invulnerable saves, all the same thing. Gets rid of the Golden Kesheg, puts the Herald down to 1 wound remaining. Let's try and kill him with the Ilos, which hits twice. Wounds once. That's a 2-up save. And he's still alive. Let's do the twin heavy bolter, which is twin. And wounds on 3s. And he has 2 more 2-up saves. And the banner is still flying. And then this unit that stayed still in rapid fire range is going to Fury the Legion the crap out of him. Mass reactive death. 3s to hit. 1 of the dice hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. 4s to wound. 6 2-up saves or the banner falls. And the banner still stands. And that's the end of Iron Hands turn 5. I did some more incidental firepower into the speeders that I could reach out and touch, but no further wounds caused. We have the Stormseer over live in the corner. We have the Herald with the banner still flapping over here. And a bunch of javelins on a lone biker revving his engines as we go on to White Scars turn 5. And in the White Scars movement phase, only a couple of units moved. The javelins pushing forward to get within armor vein range of that Contemptor Dreadnought. And the Herald zipping over to try and put one of those shredding, pinning shots onto the tactical squad down there, because pinned units don't score. And then the other guy's staying still.
Kazagans?
The Stormseer staying still down here for now. The biker staying still over here. You can score.
Yep.
So where are we starting the shooting phase?
We're going to do the pinning flamer.
This is a lot of return fire if I choose to return fire. I think I'm returning fire. He's on 1 wound remaining. Maybe I can breach through his Artificer armor. Maybe. So with that in mind, you're going to do the Kazagans first. and try and take some down with the Khazagans. No need to shroud this because Iron Hands with an apothecary. So I have a 5-up, feel no pain anyway. So let's shoot him in. Yes.
3s to hit.
Yes. 3s to wound, 6 is rend. Oh,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
1 rend, 1 wound.
Okay. Rend, intervening, and then feel no pain, and then the wound, I'm good. Nothing from the assault cannons.
Root all cannons.
Yes. These are twin linked at least. And at strength 7, they'll wound on 2s, 6 is rend. Okay, 3 rending, that's a lot better. And 3 normal wounds. So 3 armor saves with the apothecary. So 1 of them falls. And then 3 rending, which is 6 up intervening. And then the apothecary. So you take down 3. Now the Herald fires in with this shredding thingy bob. And I'll return 5. Hit 5 guys.
Wounding on 4s.
Yes, with shred. That is 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves. Where's the dice? There's the dice. And feel no pain. I lose 3. And they take a pinning test. And if I fail this, well, I won't score that objective. And I fail. They definitely don't score that objective. So let's return fire on 3s. That's really good hitting. And then 4s. And that's 2 wounds. 2 tup saves or the banner falls.
Oh,
banner finally falls. So the White Scars Herald paid a heavy price for that, but at least he stopped those Iron Hands scoring that objective. And now the Javelins with the Melters and the Las Cannons are going to shoot a Contemptor in the back. Starting off with the multi-melters, which are twin linked, so you get to re-roll the hit. And they become strength 7 against Iron Hands. So 4s to wound, but Armor Bane, you get to re-roll the wounds.
Re-roll that.
And no wounds. Iron Hand things kicking in there. We've got 6 Las Cannons coming in on 3s, and 5 of them hit. This could do it if every single one wounds, and I fail on the saves. 3s to wound.
2.
Just 2. It would be 2s, but 3s with Iron Hands. 5-ups. I take a wound. It's still on 4 remaining. Finally, your Stormseer was going to call down a lightning bolt one more time.
And he hits off.
And we did it on off camera because he's never going to fail, right? And he failed, you rolled 11, which does D3 mortal wounds
So
to the Stormseer as a lightning bolt hits him in the face. He's also got 4+ adamantium will, so he's got a 4-up shrug to this.
So takes 1 wound.
Takes a wound. He's still alive on a wound left. And that's the end of the shooting phase for the White Scars. No lightning is called from the sky then. The test fails. That's the end of White Scars turn 5. So we're going to go on to Iron Hands turn 6. Run and try and score some of these objectives. Oh, 1 minute. That unit that you nuked need to still, even though they're pinned, they can still fall back. They hold. I mean, they're pinned. They stay there. As we go on to Iron Hands turn 6. And so in the Iron Hands turn, this unit, combat spread formation, lock down this objective here. We should have this even if the Librarian busts all the way forward, because you would stay further than an inch. He could charge them, but I probably wouldn't want to charge that squad, particularly as he's on 1 wound remaining after he dropped a lightning bolt on his head. The banner is taking the central objective. There is space because they only move 6, slow Terminators. There is space to get within 3 of that objective and deny me that one. But you reacted, you moved back. So you could probably deny that one. I'm not on that one because I'm pinned, but this unit has stood on this one as well. So the only thing left to fire is Deredeo, Contemptor, and the Terminators. Probably not going to do much, but let's fire everything at that unit of Javelins with the Las Cannons and the multi-melters. Then after firing in with the Deredeo and the Dreadnought and some shrouding, I killed a Javelin. And that's the end of my turn. You need a leadership test on the Javelins. And they break.
3-6.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
And then in the White Scars turn, they only have 4 models left. The Librarian with his fleet 2 zipped all the way around here and has denied me taking the central objective and is having a word with my Herald here saying, hey guys, we're loyalists too. You don't really want this. Let's share the data from the listening tower here. The Khazagan have moved forward, and the biker that was there has zipped up and over and onto this objective, which you don't score yet. Drop dice don't count, because the dreadnought is denying that objective. The pinned unit isn't. So if you kill the dreadnought, you actually take that one. So let's shoot. Yeah, pinned units never count scoring in denial. So 4 dreadnoughts into back of dreadnought from biker. 4 heavy bolters. 2 hits. You need 6s to wound.
Nope.
You don't wound. And then these fellas shooting everything in. I can't shroud. I'm fearless, and there's no point in returning fire at this stage. Let's just see if you can kill the dreadnought. Got to get a lot of 6s to rend. Here's the Kerry's assault cannon on 3s. Need those 6s. There's 1. Takes a wound. It's on 3 remaining, and then 8 twin-linked Reaper autocannons coming in hot on 3s with the twin-linked. And then 5's wound, 6's rend. 1. Just 1. And I make the save as well. And so at the end of this War of Lies, with the Herald and the Stormseer having a chat by the middle, realising it was one hell of a mistake, some sort of confusion went on here, that we're both loyalists, and with the White Scars taking quite a beating, and also, to be fair, the Iron Hands taking quite a beating, we need to go away and add up some points. Point for everything you kill, and find out how much these objectives are worth. In fact, we can roll for our objectives now, because I'm just scoring this one and this one. So let's find out how many points this objective is worth. A 1-2, it's 0. 5-6, it's 3. It's 0. No points. This objective over here, that's 3 points. And those are the only objectives anyone scores. And then you get a point for everything you kill. So I killed 10 units with the Warlord and the Herald, and 11 units with the Warlord and the Herald for point for the Warlord. Yeah. And you killed 6.
6, 7, yeah.
So plus 4 on that one there makes it 14 points to 6 in favour of the Loyalist Iron Hands at the end of this. 6 points to the Loyalist White Scars at the end of this. And I think we're going to go back up to the battle barge for tea and biscuits and have a chat and find out how did it come to this, a Loyalist on Loyalist fight. In the end, the speed and precision of the White Scars couldn't overcome the slow and movable force of the Iron Hands. How was it for you, Dutch Matrix? What do you think?
That was awesome. First time playing this army.
Yes.
So I think it was a big learning curve.
Probably worth mentioning your entire army was New Model Syndrome.
Yep. New Model Syndrome. It was brilliant. Excellent.
What was standout units for you?
Golden Keshig,
yes,
for sure. And the Derrideos from your side. I think they were brilliant. 2
units of 6 Golden Keshig. What do we think about that?
I think they were really good. I think in the future, smaller units for all of the bikes and the Keshigs, zipping around here, there and everywhere is going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
I also think hesitating a little bit at the beginning there, because I'm not really sure what things do. And maybe coming forward faster and quicker is probably the way to go.
There's definitely an argument to send your entire army up in turn 1 after that open, and sacrifice whatever gets sacrificed, because when you go flat out you get all your shrouding saves, because you were only shrouding once. And then I would have lit up some of the units and removed some of the units, but then there'd have been a hit and a pinning, and it might have been, who knows, hindsight, maybe an overwhelming push would have been better in turn 1.
Awesome.
I definitely think like 2 units of big 10-man bikes is a bit too much. I'd have probably thought it might have been better to split them into 5-man squads, just the normal Sky Hunters, because then you'd have been able to hide them better, you'd have been able to position them better.
I also think maybe it's less of the Outriders,
right,
but smaller units that have particular tasks to do and jobs to do. So I think that would be a big thing. Yeah, like I said though, first time with the army. Learning curve. That was awesome game.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. It was amazing to see what White Scars do. Amazing to see a bike, full-on bike list doing bike list things. So if you've got any suggestions below about how to run a White Scars bike list in particular, we did have another game yesterday. We didn't film with the, what's it called?
Magyar Mazin.
Yes, the broken one.
Yeah, the completely broken one.
Where everything was on foot and everything had a 5 up and vulnerable, feel no pain, and everything that I killed didn't count as killed because they were the Sagamazar are the white scars that are forced off of their mounts and have to run along on foot, and they're basically there to die, to sell their souls glorious in battle. That went horribly for me.
Yeah.
But the Sagamazar is one of those lists that is banned in tournaments. It's broken AF
Oh,
and really crazy.
Yeah.
And that one went completely the other way to the way this one went.
Yeah.
White Scars bike lists, though, they're just so iconic.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Please let us know in the comments section if you've got any ideas of a good White Scars bike list or what units work well and how to run them. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Hope you enjoyed that battle report. Happy wargaming.